Hola a todos y bienvenidos a Chorre Aventuras de Bloodhood. Continuamos con el caballero de Gold. Un paraguas. El tiempo pasa muy lentamente. Donde tenemos a estos tres estudiantes y a Rufus dando clase, lo cual es algo encantador. Ah, mira, líneas temporales. Bien, entonces queremos salir aquí, pero...
You can't just leave us unattended.
Oh, yes, I can. Watch me. Open your books to page 50.
You can't find what McChronicle taught us in a book.
Ha! So you need a practical assignment. Nothing easier. I'm a man of action myself.
Y no podemos irnos porque... bueno.
Where are you going? You were
Afuera.
gonna give us something to do.
Well spotted. That just got you an A+.
Pues tenemos que hacer cosas aquí. Y recogimos un platypus. Oh, platypus.
So, pay close attention.
Moment, I think I missed it.
Will that be in the exam?
Boo!
Take it easy now. Nothing can happen until I, press here, right? Aha! And what is that?
That's a temporal anomaly. A new layer in space-time that possesses all the known characteristics of interim time.
I see. Like a balloon, slowly being filled.
No, not like a balloon in any way at all.
Why not? I like balloons.
Emocionante.
And what is that?
That
Oh,
sí, que
no. Maybe you just don't know the right kind of balloon. He doesn't look particularly motivated. I'm sure all he needs is a nice long speech about the difficulties of finding work in today's marketplace. What's this again?
that is
Follow-up question. No one correct. Remember, observe the anomaly, take notes, and give me a good evaluation at ratemyprof.org. The plant smells like Lonzo's back room whenever that thrash metal band comes to visit. Locked. Anything else would have been a disappointment, to be honest.
Hey. Oh, platypus. ¿Por qué tiene las gafas del gaucho?
What are you doing?
What does it look like?
Oh, of course. You couldn't know. Oh, of course you couldn't know. It looks like two blind chickens wandered into the field.
Further proof, if it were needed, that eyesight counts for nothing. We are professionals in our field.
Uh-huh. Hitting the old junk ball?
Battering smartasses.
Oh.
Don't worry, he hasn't completed his training yet. That's why he's using the training bag.
Training bag? That looks to me more like a Drexican pinata.
Typical sighted person. It's not always about how things look.
But rather that it rains candy?
No, but that doesn't hurt, right?
What is this supposed to be? Zen and the art of beating things up?
Exactly. Only through absolute calm and balance can aggression be perfectly channeled.
Oh, my ass.
Iris Sensei. O sea que básicamente son el abusón y depender de abusón.
Hey, stay away from our junk ball training bag.
Training bag? That looks to me more like...
Typical. It's not always...
But
No, but that doesn't...
Yo esperaba que le golpease cuando fuese para allá.
Huh. Photos of baby wombats. Deponia 4 walkthrough for sale. Hey, that looks interesting. Do you want to share my lunch with me? Love to. I'm hungry. Now all I have to do is find this romantic ninja.
Vale, si hay un... Si hay un este, habrá otro... ¿No? ¿No? No. Oh, vaya.
What are you doing here? You should be lecturing.
I just wanted to stretch my legs.
Then stretch them back to the lecture hall. And don't come back until the bell is rung. Go on then. Hop to it.
Emocionante. Más camino. Platypus.
It reminds me of someone, my tax consultant. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Stubborn as a stop sign. Hey, I found the scaffold!
Emocionante.
It flows downhill, but it flows.
¿Qué tengo por aquí?
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. It obviously doesn't know what's good. Can someone tell me why the time is not proceeding?
Because your lecture is mind-numbingly dull. That's why.
How long is this seminar anyway?
All-day seminar.
What? But that's...
It's already been...
El secundero está ahí. Vale.
Not necessary. Their little nerd skulls are already smoking. Not necessary. Their little... Their little... Does one of you by any chance go by the name of Romantic Ninja?
Mr. Rufus, please don't.
You're Romantic Ninja?
How embarrassing.
Did you know that he's a romantic ninja? That according to this note, he bears the black belt in the arts of love.
I wish the ground would just swallow me up.
No, we didn't know that.
Moo-moo.
That must be because he merges with the shadows of loneliness. Or so it is written by him. Luckily, I found this note because if you are threatened on the battlefield of love, which apparently applies to me,
Threatened? My katana's ripped your heart to shreds.
he offers the following. Do you want to share my lunch with me?
Here, you can have it. I've lost my appetite.
Genial.
Thank you, Romantic Ninja. Your courage and generosity will not be forgotten.
Tenemos comida. Hey, tú. Toma.
Platypuses only eat stale bread. They spit out anything fresh. And then they complain that everything was better back in the day and write embittered online reviews.
Vaya por Dios. A ver, es lo único que puede hacer pasar el tiempo.
What would happen if I were to hold this lunch in there?
Me! Time passes much quicker in the anomaly than outside. So, the sandwich will get old.
Well, anyone could have foreseen that. Now it's only good for duck food, and I have to cut my fingernails again.
Sí, porque sus manos han... ¿Sabes? Han hecho sus cosas.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Ha! He seems to like that. I'm obviously on the right track.
Vale, sí. Pero obviamente tengo que poner... la trampa.
It seems I don't have the right bait for my platypus trap.
Me faltaba la trampa.
Good bait, catches fine fish, unless you're into worms, in which case you can cut out the middleman.
Oh, platypus, oh, platypus. Mira, platypus, tengo otro platypus. Oh, platypus, oh, platypus. Oh, platypus,
Let's
oh,
see if this
platypus.
can motivate him.
Yo diría que sí.
Yikes! What's going on?
Me!
Stereo monocle?
My name's Norbert, Professor.
Nerdbert? I can remember that. And your answer is?
The inflow of energy caused the expansion of the anomaly to increase. We are now inside simulated interim time.
And then all of a sudden, time just flies by.
Mama. She said only inside the bubble.
Correct answer, but points off for interrupting. Underbite Valkyrie.
Her name is Hildebrand.
Huh, her parents were jokers, were they?
No, Scraplanders. She's an exchange student.
And I'm Daniel Glandular.
And am I supposed to remember
Glandular.
that now, or what? Yippee! School's out!
Don't you want to turn the anomaly off first?
Lesson 2, never want to do something that somebody else can do. So, enough is enough. And, now?
It won't stop thrashing about.
I can see that. And what was that?
It's coming from your coat.
The other platypus is crying.
All right. Nothing but trouble.
Shame.
Oh, just when it was getting exciting.
Boo!
Everything comes to an end. Get used to it.
Vale, ha sonado la campana. Podemos ir a este el decano.
And? Were you able to stem the damage that my son has wreaked upon those poor students?
Stem? I eradicated it. Which damage were you referring to?
Those stupid ideas about time travel, of course. Junior claims, in all seriousness, to be able to create time anomalies. He says he's built a machine in his shed that can travel back and forth through time. And then he holds lectures on the subject behind my back. Thankless firebrand.
Firebrand? He always seemed to me to be so careful, downright boring.
Ugh, I wish. Imagine it. My son, of all people, a dreamer, a fantasist. Yes, an anarchist.
Honestly? Huh. Birds don't need warning signs. They're free! Free!
Chepo.
And if they want to fly into stained glass windows, they have the right to do so.
Hemos quitado la pegatina y como es un aviso para pájaros, el pájaro ha hecho sus cosas. Es curioso, así es como me atacan las palomas en mi casa.
It is so a pipe. You can't pull the wool over a Rufus's eyes. You smoke?
Not anymore. Although on days like this, I wish I'd never quit.
Isn't that a little unreasonable at your age?
The nicotine chewing gum was worse. Destroyed all my baby teeth.
At least his taste in hats seems to be gradually improving.
Please, Professor, don't disturb him. He should be given time to think about his mistakes.
That's what I always say too, but it's way funnier when you say it, because you repress your own mistakes.
Emocionante. Relájese, hombre, relájese.
Ah, my old pipe. That's just what I need right now. Whoa. Strong stuff, this tobacco. It, it reminds me of my college days. We were so crazy back then. So, Lala Cuckoo! Wasn't very good for us. We experimented with everything. Time. And with women, of course.
I don't really want to hear that.
Mrs. McChronicle was one hot chick.
Too much information.
I was even more crazy than he is today. My mother didn't like it at all. She never wanted me to go to university. I was supposed to take over my father's business, the garage. Rocco McChronicle. He said playing with time would only end in tears. Whoop my butt for my girlfriend. And I was already 25. Oh.
Emocionante esa historia, dramática.
May I?
I don't know. If you may, I may, right?
Sure.
Yippee!
Psst! McDiaper Pants! Your father is distracted. We can go.
Go without me. He's right. I need to think about my errors.
No, he isn't. There are temporal anomalies.
I know. We created them, and as a result, ruined everything.
What, and your plan is to give up now? When everything is at its worst?
Don't you understand? It's always at its worst. This here is no loop. It's a downward spiral.
What's wrong with you? You sound just as pig-headed as your father.
And he didn't bring the world to within an inch of total destruction through his behavior.
Yeah, but his behavior isn't going to save it either. What's wrong with you? You sound
And
yeah, but his
No es de ayuda. Ahora que la llave no sea de esto. Ajá, sí que lo es.
Oh boy, this looks just a touch more complicated to me. Something tells me that for once, I'm actually going to require a little assistance.
A ver qué tenemos aquí. Bronze setup.
Yeah, this is nothing but waste oil. Somehow I had expected liquid bronze.
Vale, entonces tenemos algo aquí.
Yeah.
Tanque de taquiones.
As long as the tank is empty, no pressure can be built there.
Tanque de tanque.
Something tells me that for once, I'm actually going to require a little assistance.
Y ya está. Pues nada. Chicos.
Ah, you're still here.
Of course, Mr. Rufus. After all, we are on the cusp of an epical discovery.
And anyway, there are junk ball jocks waiting outside the lecture hall again.
They'll have to wait. We are going on an excursion. Pack your things. We're off to the neighboring building. Thanks, Hildebrain. Somewhat misplaced, but you still get a star.
Wow! Cool.
Oh, Dios mío.
Impressive, isn't it? What is it?
Me!
Ah, Nerdbird?
Oh! An impulse-induced tachyon field generator?
Popularly known as a... anyone? Perhaps Chubby over there.
Time portal machine?
Time portal machine, precisely! Because it creates a time portal. But where? Sure, of course, the interim time. The turquoise tunnel, as we experts also call it. And now, for the master question. How to turn that thing on.
Turn it on? But,
All right, people, I want discussion.
That thing at the front must be the tachyon tank.
But the milk bottle with the bicycle pump?
you need a substance that emits tachyons.
Ugh, by the
¿Cómo
smell,
qué?
I'd say it used to contain feta cheese.
And you have to adjust the nozzles so they concentrate on the thinnest place in space-time. You can detect a so-called potential portal with 4D glasses.
4D glasses, feta cheese, anything else?
You're not intending to open a portal into interim time, are you?
And why not?
McChronicle says it's too dangerous. It could perforate the whole of space-time.
Queremos perforar cosas.
Oh, hogwash. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. You can't win if you don't buy a ticket.
Will that be in the exam?
Sí. En fin, necesitamos queso seta.
So, children, time to review. What do you need?
Oh, they are
Exactly, Hildy. Something that emits
Full marks. I'm proud of you. You can stop this whole professor.
We're the smart kids, remember?
Of course you. After all, you learned from the best. Professor Roo.
Vale. Queso feta, gafas y cosas. Tengo curiosidad. ¿Qué pasará si hago
Away with the stuff.
esto? Go.
And are you
Well, I can't see the sense in that.
was that a yes or a no?
Lo tenemos como un no. Y no hemos hecho nada. Así que... ¿por qué no? Interesante. Hemos hecho lo que teníamos que hacer con el cubo. Pero no veo que hayamos hecho nada con el cubo. Hay que hacer algo con la cabra, pero ¿el qué? ¿Perdona? No quiero ver qué pasa con la cabra.
These barbarians should be reported to the Goat Protection Society. The poor animals should have been milked long ago. And strike.
Ow!
What's going on? My mucous membranes are swelling up. Oh, anaphylactic shock. It's my goat's hair allergy. My eyes are burning.
Vale, por un lado...
Bravo! You finally hit something dead on. My sense of humor.
Hey, stay away from our junk ball training bag.
I already told you that's a goat. Where do you think the bleeding comes from?
From my wife, of course. She's always bleeding on at me, claiming that my sports things are actually animals, nuns, or the neighbour's children. But how, pray tell, would a goat manage to get down here to the underwater palace?
Okay. Suppose that it isn't a goat. Can I still milk it?
Of course, help yourself. But be careful, sometimes they bite.
Tenemos queso.
Ugh, that smells like the tank in Mac's lab. Hey, these pieces of glass would be perfect for my 4D glasses. Just a shame that they don't stick together on their own. Uh-huh.
Oh. Ah.
Someone was chewing gum in my class and didn't give me any, except for their fresh box lunch. It's gonna rain homework.
Emocionante.
I'm feeling... I just can't quit. Where's the nicotine chewing gum when you need it?
Bueno, tenemos chicle.
Is that chewing gum? Oh boy, I've just realized that I've got the munchies. But the tobacco is so good. So yummy, yummy in my tummy.
Emocionante.
It's such a shame.
No sé,
Where's the nicotine chewing gum?
no sé cómo hemos...
I don't know much about the production of nicotine gum, but I have chewing gum, and that contains nicotine.
Oh, dioses.
Should work, right?
Si tú lo dices. Podría ser. No sé qué esperar de esta gente. Es decir, actualmente este escenario, lo que es la universidad esta, es lo menos Deponia que nos estamos encontrando. O sea, hay cosas de Deponia, elementos de Deponia, cosas surrealistas, pero es...
I've just realized that I've got the munchies. Wait, I'll just put my toothy pegs back in. Munchtastic. Yummy.
Pero es un poco bastante absurdo. Es decir, Deponia es absurdo. Deponia es muy absurdo. Pero esto es no sé.
Ta-da! I present to you the 4D glasses! Makes potential time portals visible and raises cinema admission prices by the power of 2.
Ajá, emocionante.
Ta-da!
Que sí.
What's wrong with you? You sound...
And he...
Yeah, but it's...
¿Crees que eso?
Come on, Mac!
With what? A blade?
You're right. I can handle it with...
Oh Dios, es el pollo muerto.
Who can tell me why it's a good idea to put feta cheese into the tank?
You probably built some 4D glasses and realized the cheese emits tachyons, right?
False.
Then it was a trick question, because it is not a good idea at all.
Correct answer. There's that mysterious glow again.
Interesante.
Who can tell me why it's... You...
Then it was
Correct. Who can tell me what this is?
Are those supposed to be 4D glasses?
It is a set of 4D glasses.
Is that stained glass from a window?
Don't touch! That is a highly sensitive, scientific whatnot. I see a kind of ring.
Oh, I know! That must be a place where the dimension membrane between here and interim time is especially thin.
Not thinner than your derivation, nerdo. Exactly, Hildy. It's in the middle of the machine.
Oh, good. Then we don't need to calibrate it at all.
Fortune has changed sides.
¿Por qué
Now
sigue
the
viéndolo?
idiots are completely screwed.
¿Por qué sigue viéndolo? Piki.
Stop!
I'm opening the portal. What else?
But not with your bare hands.
Why? Could they drop out of phase or be molecularly disintegrated?
It's possible, but it's more likely that you'd turn wrinkly.
Who can tell? You and now.
She means pink.
Then it is proven. Feta cheese
Ahora lo han
emits
cambiado.
tachyons.
Antes
Write
era...
that down.
Es mala idea y ahora funciona, pues nada. Hasta arriba, supongo. Hala.
There! The portal is open!
But that's way too small.
Maybe there isn't enough pressure on the tachyon jets.
More pressure? No problem. I'm a professional when it comes to generating pressure. My shoe barely fits through that. If I wanted time-traveling shoes.
Presión.
For once, I'm actually...
Solo tenemos para interactuar esto, así que sigamos presionando.
Daniel!
Vale.
Gadzooks! There was another potential portal hidden under the carpet.
What are we gonna do now?
Yeah, but who knows if it's safe?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
A chronicle!
Hurrah!
The tachyons must have spread out in the near vicinity of the portal. There's a relatively high probability that they have opened a portal to Kuvak.
And how high is high?
Haven't a clue. 1 in 1,000 maybe?
And that's good?
Relatively. It's the only chance that we're going to get. And also, one more than we really deserve.
Speaking of which, I still have to pick Gola.
That means the leap into the unknown without any guarantee of being able to return has got to wait?
No, I'd rather go get her right away. Goal! The guys and I have opened...
Wow, well done.
Don't be like that. I told you. I'll make it right again.
And I told you, go away.
Oh, come on, Goal. Take off the hat and...
Hey, hands off!
¿Qué es eso?
I do understand where you're coming from. After all, that palaver with the platypus puppet theatre wasn't exactly subtle, was it?
Puppet theater? Oh, that. Yes, that was intentional.
But look at them. They're both trapped, without any hope. I'll never be able to escape my hamster wheel.
Wait, you think you're the platypus in the hamster wheel?
Of course. That one is clearly female. Look at her, she...
Ha! I knew it! There is hope!
You're right. It is the male.
At least she's now free.
Yes. Wow. Look how happy she is.
She'll recover. On the other hand, one shouldn't overuse metaphors. What's this?
Hey, give it back!
When did you do that?
While you were gadding about the fairground. What about it?
Oh no.
And you got past the lava mat with that?
Well, someone had to make sure that things could carry on.
But then why are you so angry? Because we're not together in the photo?
No, because we are. An illusion. A snapshot giving the wrong picture. Or do you think that at the end of the day, we'll be sticking that picture into our photo album? Everything here is going to have to end up being undone and reversed, so that we can save the world, so that there will be no Fulocks on Elysium. That's how it has to be, right?
No, it isn't.
Then tell me one thing that will still remain of our adventures. If you can do that, then I'm happy to come.
Easy. In the end, there's always one thing that remains. There. Look at
Dolor.
that.
Hitch crab?
Oh! It doesn't matter. Let's go.
¿Dónde? Cuando...
What now? That looks like that interim we crossed in the time pod. But where did this city come from? And where are Goal and McChronicle? They jumped through the portal right before I did.
Hey, you!
Oh, Dios.
You lot!
Eso me suena.
Get off of my porch!
Ah, a local. Can you tell me where I've landed?
In my turnip patch!
Wait a minute. Don't I know you? You're Glandula, the romantic ninja. Just old and ugly. How is that possible?
Are you trying to talk your head off?
Don't you mean, am I trying to talk your ear off?
Not if I got my gun pointed right.
Oh.
Oh.
Remorse would be entirely misplaced here. After all, he grew up to be a very passable guy indeed. I'm sure he's a great whistler, and I like what he's done with his hair.
One step closer and I'll blow your turnip off.
But Glandy, it's me, Professor Rufus. Doesn't that ring a bell?
Professor Rufus? Yeah, that's it. He was the guy who's to thank for all of this. Just junk crabs and mites for years on end. What about him?
I killed him.
Well done. Now get out of my yard.
All right.
Vale, ¿a dónde vamos por aquí?
The portal that leads to McChronicle's laboratory. Unfortunately, out of reach.
Vale. Es un hecho que la opción A no es la correcta. Y la opción B no tenemos nada que lanzarle a la cabeza, así que... Y tampoco tenemos opciones de quitar un tornillo de aquí que se caiga la casa encima. Al estilo de... ¡Qué
Where the
puñet!
hell have I landed?
Are you lost, stranger?
No, I have a photographic sense of direction and always know exactly where I am. It's just the when has been a little confusing lately.
When doesn't mean a thing round here. You're in interim time, a space alongside the past, present.
And future, I know.
I was gonna say perishable food. We don't have anything like a future here. Rumor has it there used to be one. The portal building authorities are digging around looking for it in the foundations of interim time. But if you ask me, it's just newfangled nonsense.
No future.
2 other newcomers passed by here earlier. They asked about the future too. Friends of yours, perhaps?
Impossible. They were just with me.
Maybe out there. Here in interim time, the clocks tick a little different.
I see they have a few more hands, too.
Well, welcome to Paradox City. My name's Rocco McChronicle. If you've got any questions, I'll be happy to help you,
Rufus. And actually, I do have a couple. Rocco What the hell did you say?
El abuelo.
Are you Rocco McChronicle, the father of Dean Angus McChronicle Sr., and therefore our McChronicle's grandfather?
You must have confused me with someone else.
Nope.
I don't have a son, and if I did, I'm sure he wouldn't have become a dean. After all, I'm running a family business here.
En el garaje.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about it. The last thing I need now is to accidentally prevent McChronicle's birth. You've seen my friends?
A sexy chick accompanied by a clever, handsome guy?
Not really. We were separated.
Well, 2 strangers certainly passed by earlier on. They met the old hermit. It looked as though they knew each other. They headed off to her farm, turn left at the town hall, and then continue up that way.
Where the hell am I?
Paradox
You're in
City.
Paradox City, the city between times.
Aren't we always between times?
Excuse me?
You know, present and future.
Yes, I suppose, although here we're not so much between the future. That doesn't exist here.
El ahora es pasado. Porque la frase que estoy diciendo ahora la empecé a decir hace un rato, así que es pasado. Interesante.
I urgently need to get to Kuvak.
No conocen Kubak.
Doesn't ring any bells. Is it beyond interim time?
Of course.
Then you'd better be off asking the guys from the portal building authorities. They map the portals and know where each one leads.
Hey, that's the time pod.
That there, that's been there since before I arrived. My father was going to repair it. That's why he founded the garage. Apparently it stopped being so important at some point. Like everything here.
Ah, you obviously cannot help me.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Genial. A ver, es interesante. Tenemos cosas por aquí, tenemos cosas por aquí, tenemos cosas por aquí, tenemos cosas por todos lados. Y varias máquinas del tiempo.
Oh, there you are.
Howdy, Rufus.
You wouldn't believe who I met in the city.
My granddad. I know. He didn't recognize me.
No wonder. To him, you're not even born yet.
I guess I never will be. Even the slightest interventions change the timeline. In all probability, we prevented the birth of my father already.
Hogwash. I've seen everything possible and impossible in the last while, but nothing even remotely resembling a timeline. The whole thing is more like a fuzzy, knotted time scheme than anything else.
It's okay, Rufus. I'm doing just fine. Isn't it incredibly interesting here?
Yeah, very picturesque. But we have to get a move on. Don't you remember? Where's Gold?
In the farmhouse. But there's no reason to hurry. Here in interim time.
The clocks run differently, I already know. Still, no reason to take our foot off the gas. One of these portals must lead to Kuvak. We used it earlier ourselves.
Yeah, it's that one there.
That one? I actually expected a few mind-bending puzzles first, but so much the better. Wait here. I'll go get Gold, and then we can go get our future back.
Me pregunto por qué no se han ido. Supongo que para esperarme, pero...
Hey, Gold? No time for coffee. Time to move. Wait a second. Am I counting right? Your goal? I mean, your goal too.
And you are almost as perceptive as when I left you, Rufus. Savior of the world, suicidal time traveler.
You forgot butt model. But how can that be? What are you doing here? Which goal are you?
She's the goal that you rescued from the future.
Yeah, and in return, she left me and Mac on Elysium, stole the time machine, and whoosh! That was the thanks we got.
I've not got such a talent for dramatic endings as you.
And you didn't get far either.
Yes. Perhaps I was a bit too quick off the mark there. When I arrived in interim time, there was no future anymore. The tunnel had simply come to an end, and the autopilot was steering me directly at it. I had to crash land and was stranded. For us, only a few hours have passed. For her, it's been a lifetime.
Why didn't you use one of the portals?
The portals only opened much later. At first, they were all out of reach. Then the Deponians started to throw their trash into interim time. The time travelers also started arriving from all sorts of pasts. Most were stranded here like me. We built Paradox City from the trash. We tried to reach the portals.
La basura de Elysium que forma Deponia.
Then, when the first children were born, we realized that
Y la basura de Deponia que forma Paradox City.
So come on.
Eso es un problema.
What was that? An earthquake?
We've only had one of those once before. The time when the portals opened.
Yeah, never a dull moment around.
Se están cerrando.
Don't run off. I'm gonna go have a look.
Ah, toma por saco portal.
Come on. Where's the portal to Kuvak? And the others? All gone.
I think I have an explanation. When the tachyons poured into the open portal unchecked just now in the lab, we didn't only open the one portal, but also all the surrounding ones too. Portals leading to completely different places in time. As time passes much faster in here, they were open for years. A whole city was built whilst you fetched gold from the university. Shortly after you stepped through the portal, the anomaly closed behind you. In the lab, this was a blink of the eye. Here, countless minutes.
You mean this city only exists because we opened the portal earlier?
Really makes you think, eh?
Yeah, like for example, how do we get out of here now that the portals are closed?
I was thinking more of the moral implications. Well, what will happen to the people here if we restore the old timeline? Are we even allowed to do that?
I can't see any signs.
I noticed that too. You should get it looked at.
Bueno, pues vamos a dejarlo aquí por hoy. Estas han sido las aventuras de Blazko y esto ha sido Deponia 4, donde los portales se abren y los portales se cierran. Así que nada, hasta la próxima. Adiós.